Hello, beautiful folk. This is Yosara again with Sweetwater Dance and Yoga, and welcome to the second installation of SWDY Talks, a video blog series sharing stories of our amazing community and our studio members. And in celebration of Women's History Month, we will be posting 31 videos in 31 days talking about women's wellness and the struggle women feel to maintain consistent, regular self-care, as well as prioritizing our bodies specifically, right? And you can find all of the installments on this video series on our YouTube channel. Just search for Sweetwater Dance and Yoga, or in snippets in some cases, but on any of our social media platforms. So I thought the best way to start the discussion this discussion would be to distinguish between fitness and wellness. And I think many of us confuse the two. I know I did for a long time. And I think that confusing it makes both of these things less accessible. So if I were to define these things, and in my research, I've found that fitness is fitness for a purpose, right? We're training our bodies to perform in a certain way, to look a certain way, to be able to lift or do something or run. It's a fitness for a purpose, right? And it could be fitness that you just like being fit, but fitness is still separate from wellness. Wellness is basically how we nurture our bodies so that we can have a higher quality of life and prepare ourselves for life and get more out of our lives and enjoy our lives. So, for example, and I think this confusion makes both of these things really inaccessible. So for example, I know many women, myself included, that if we don't follow through on our fitness goals, or we didn't make it to the gym, or we didn't follow through, we fell short of our goals, then we kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater and it turns into a Netflix and chill with a pint of ice cream, right? And I know for me, I have a very hard time being compassionate with myself and gentle with myself, especially when I've fallen short of my expectations. And believe me, these days that has been hard. But I feel badly about myself and I want to scrap the effort and start over. And I think that if we understood that wellness is like the maintenance part, like showering, like sleeping, like that is wellness. That's what wellness is. It's that self-maintenance. And I think that it would make it easier for us to do. So for our second installment today, we spoke to a super inspiring and super motivating community member. And her name is Milagros. And she is an amazing person. Now, unfortunately, I had all sorts of production snafus and the sound was awful and I have to return a microphone and y'all, I'm having all kinds of drama. But I was able to salvage and get snippets of it. So I'm recording this so that you can know what happened, and then I'm going to record snippets and throw them up. And this also explains, and I apologize, why this is getting published so late. But Milagros is a Bronx resident. She lives right here in this neighborhood, but near the studio. She is, like many of us, a single mother with two amazing kids, Mason and Madison. And she is a dedicated daughter and mother and family member. She's a great friend. She is also an extremely successful entrepreneur. She has started 2 daycare centers and they are both super successful. She is actually gearing up for possibly the 3rd. Milagros is a very hardworking woman and delivers very high quality services. She is not only a successful entrepreneur, but she is also a supporter of women-owned businesses. In that, Milagros invested in Sweetwater Dance and Yoga. In fact, she was the one who gave us our polls. And then she's also an investor in Sustainable Snacks. Sustainable Snacks is another woman-owned Bronx-based business run by Rebecca Scott. And we're going to actually talk to Rebecca later this month. But suffice it to say that Millie is amazing at supporting women-owned businesses, and she's an amazing resource and friend to all of us here. And I know that Millie does, I've seen her, and I know this because she's a client, and I know this because I've seen her in the community. She's really good at doing both wellness and fitness, but she also operates businesses that are open amazing hours. And while she's done really good at resourcing herself, unlike me, she still, especially after opening her second daycare, especially after all the pressure and things that she's doing with herself this year, she had a really hard time keeping her health and wellness consistent. And I'm going to publish, again, little snippets of the video following this, so please look for them. And once again, I apologize, but the production is going to get better. We got people giving us cameras. We're going to figure it out. In the meantime, I didn't want to fall short on my promise that I was going to give y'all 31 days of women's wellness. So thanks for listening again. I've already got the next person lined up for tomorrow. We're going to get better at this. Thank you so much for listening and being interested, and thank you so much for your incredibly supportive comments and feedback. Love y'all so much. They are so sweet, and they just fill my heart. Thank you, and love and light, people. Love and light.